The regular season sportscast.
What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Jay the Red Santee, host of the regular season sportscast, TRSS Podcast.com. Be sure you check it out. And we're on the bench. Another review, opinionated review about something sports related. And this week, we're talking about what's a buzz. And this past week in the world of the WWE, seems as though there's even much more stuff going on even after this big SummerSlam weekend. Be sure you check out the review for that on the regular season sportscast coming up. But it seems as though there was a big internet explosion that occurred recently on Talking Smack on the WWE network. Make sure you check it out. There's a big altercation between Daniel Bryan, SmackDown's general manager, and the Intercontinental Champion, The Miz. And there was a lot of people who had opinions about it. I, for one, should jump in the foray because I'm a very opinionated person and I like to talk some shit. First of all, I gotta tell you, if this thing is a work, which I'm wholeheartedly believing that it is, if this thing is a work, it's possibly one of the premier works that's going on right now. Daniel Bryan being a former wrestler and now unable to compete due to his injuries. The Miz being the Intercontinental Champ and a guy which most of the fandom loathe, going head to head right now, seems to be the ideal way to build up a storyline, especially for someone of Miz's caliber, knowing that a lot of people don't give him the credit he deserves. I myself have always been a Miz guy. I like the Miz. I've always have. I thought that he's a guy who's wore the heel crown or cap very well. He embraces it, he enjoys it, he loves the heat. And for Daniel Bryan to come out and challenge him and saying that he doesn't believe that he's a good worker, okay, that could fire somebody up. On that note, for Miz to have the response that he did, it's almost Oscar worthy. They should give this guy a Slammy just for that, if this is a work. On the other side, if this, say, is a shoot, which is it got real, maybe it veered off of script, maybe it went one way, maybe Daniel was feeling away today or tonight, or whatever the case may be, and he wanted to get something off his chest. But he did it on camera. Usually the boys, wrestlers, usually handle business in the locker room or backstage area. If you're opening up in front of millions of people and airing out dirty laundries, this is not a good look. Secondly, pay attention to here. This is Mrs. Wife. I don't know about you guys, but if some man or anyone tries to disrespect you, your work ethic, your personal traits, whatever, in front of your significant other, you're gonna lose your shit. Point blank. You're gonna lose your effing fucking mind. I like the way I did that. Honestly, how can you sit there and try to demean another man's work ethic in front of millions, but most importantly, in front of his wife? And here's a good point. Miz makes a point to say to Daniel Bryan, if you want to wrestle, if you love wrestling so much, you want to be in the ring, why don't you just leave? Why don't you go back to the bingo halls and wrestle for your fans? It's actually a good point. Same could be said about many wrestlers who couldn't wrestle anymore or through WWE. WWE didn't want to clear them. They left. Kurt Angle, it was said that he wouldn't be able to wrestle. He left. But in all honesty, you have to make a choice on earning a living and doing something that you really love. And I know that's a big struggle that Daniel Bryan would have to go through. Hell, I would have the same trouble if I had something I was passionate about and I wouldn't be able to do it because of whatever, health or injury or just unable to do it. I understand that. But as Miz said, if we really can do it and if you can go, Why stay in WWE? Go wrestle. I gotta tell you, this has gotta be one of the most hottest promos in the past year. Like I said, be either work or shoot. Either case, it got exactly what it wanted, which was a buzz and everybody paying attention, especially for a show like Talking Smack, which is a post show, so everybody could change over to WWE Network. I do got to say one thing though before I sign out. There's a lot of people in the wrestling community who are in the business, who have some issues with fans talking about this topic. Probably gonna even be me because I consider myself media, but whatever. Some of them have a belief that if we don't know what the business is or what's going on, we shouldn't be talking about it. That, stay in our lanes. I got something to tell you guys too. If we didn't talk about it, wrestling wouldn't be relevant. There was always a model that I go by in which I stand true with. If they don't talk about you, you're not important. Remember that. So, it's healthy conversation. People may have ignorance and be naive about what's going on and still try to speak their mind. But if you're not talking about something, you're not important. So, keep that in mind. Be sure you check out the regular season podcast at TRSPodcast.com. Be sure you check us out on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat, and on the YouTube page. Subscribe to us there. Make sure you check out RageWorks.net and all podcasts and all things relevant in geeky, fun, entertainment, wrestling, MMA, video games, pop culture, movies, comics, all. So be sure you check us out there. I'm going to watch this again. This was deep. Check you guys in a minute. Oh. Squash. Oh, and by the way, there was some discussion about, I guess, his work ethic and style as opposed to his work ethic and style, and what, I guess, some are debating whether it's strong style versus WWE style. And to be honest, people work in different ways. People have different styles. Doesn't make them less of a hard worker. Hell, I do a podcast one way, and a person does another podcast another way. It doesn't mean that they're lazier. It's just a different style. I think the questioning of the ethic of whether or not whose style works best, or whether it's made one injury prone, one less injured prone, it shouldn't correlate. Hell, although Miz has stated that he's worked 10 years and been consistent and not been injured, he's chipped the tooth, he's had concussions, he has bumps, bruises. That's part of wrestling. In any case, like I said, I've always said it, opinions are like assholes. Everyone has one, and most of them sink. Keep watching this. Squash.
Let's all go to the lobby. Let's all go to the lobby. Let's all go to the lobby to get ourselves a treat.